Hello, Heart Warriors. Welcome to the Spiritual Social. I'm Lexi, your local light worker, and I'm very happy to be here with you today. Welcome and thank you for watching. Today I'll be guiding you through another pick a card reading. This one is on the topic of how is your future child going to help you come into union with your loved person? So I'll be looking at the characteristics of your baby, and then I'll try to figure out how will your child bring together you and your partner. There is this philosophy that children sometimes select their parents and the moment that they want to reincarnate. So I was really drawn to that kind of really beautiful, kind of romantic idea that your child is selecting you and your partner, and this is how your union is going to be brought about. And usually in pick-a-card readings that look at your connection to your lover, there is a very strong focus on what you could do to work on yourself, or what that person that you're in love with can do to work on themselves. But very few readers have actually focused on the topic of the child. So I really want to do this today for you guys. I'm really curious how this is going to pan out. It's the first time I'm doing something as unique as this. So yeah, I'm looking forward to exploring it with you. And we have here a choice of 3 different earrings. So you have here group 1. This is a turquoise earring that I actually got from an Oxford cultural market. It figures. This is a sort of Indian themed earring. Again, I got this from a very gorgeous Indian seller in the UK as well. And then finally, we have here a black and white earring that I purchased from a shop in Germany. So it's all very, very diverse, culturally diverse places and patterns. And it's a celebration of the fact that we're all unique individuals. And I really wanted to share some of these personal objects with you guys. So I hope that they inspire you to select a pile. Okay, I pre-shuffled the cards so that we can just dive right into the depth of your message. And as always, you can take a deep breath in. And then as you expel the air, feel free to choose the earring or the pile that draws you in the most. If you do so, you have a higher likelihood of hearing a message that might resonate more strongly with your soul pattern. Okay, my loves, so if you've made your choice, I'm super looking forward to divinating for your pile. See you there. Bye-bye. Hey group number 1, how are you my loves? Welcome back to my channel. I'm really happy to have you here. I hope you're having a great day. Let's contribute to it by finding out how your future child is going to help you bring about your romantic union. So this is for those of you that were drawn to this turquoise colored earring. Okay, let's see what cards you got. You have the 4 of Pentacles. You got the Desire card, or the World. Then you have Deep Replenishment, and it says here, retreat, rest, and be held. The Knight of Swords, sorry, the King of Swords. Knight, King. Transition, interesting. 4 of Cups. Okay, so I'll first try to understand what are the characteristics of your baby, and then I'll try to figure out, based on these cards, how your union will come about. So I feel here that your child is going to be a very sweet, studious child, quite introverted, quite being in its own little world. I feel like for pile number 1 in a number of readings, we got this sweet, studious energy. But your child is going to have a very regal kind of presence. I feel like this is going to be a baby that will be very cuddled, a baby that will attract a lot of attention. You can see that the little girl here has a crown on her head, and she's almost like floating in a castle, but she's very pensively staring down at it as if to try to understand what makes this castle levitate, and also who is this other person at the bottom of the castle that stares back at me. Your child is going to have a very rich imagination. They might genuinely enjoy spending a lot of time by themselves, talking to invisible presences. This will be something that you have to treat very sensitively when they'll be small, and you'll have to understand that this is just a marker of their very rich, fertile imagination and not a sign of the fact that they are going insane. Your child might need to be encouraged to connect with others. I feel like your baby is going to be so wise and so royal in the way that they walk about and they present themselves and how they speak. They're very careful, but at the same time, they radiate this white, beautiful light, you know, almost as if they're a castle on their own, floating about in the world. So they have this presence where they just, even as your baby would walk into a room, the room suddenly goes very solemn. Yes, solemn is the word that was trying to pop out. So yeah, your child is going to be very knowledgeable from a very young age. They will know a lot of things even without studying them. Highly developed intuition, fertile imagination. I feel that with the World card here and the Four of Cups, your baby could be a Pisces Sun or a Sagittarius Sun. I feel that this is a very strong marker of somebody that is ruled by the divine very strongly. So either Jupiter or Neptune influence in your baby's chart. Very sensitive, very intuitive. This is a baby that would love the company of others, but especially the company of older people. Your baby is going to love to be in the presence of their grandpa or their grandma. They would really love pets, and they would love to take care of pets that are suffering in some way. Your child is going to be very perceptive. They will pick up on things. They will pick up on moods. So you have to be very careful because you can't lie to this baby. It's better if you tell them the truth, even if the truth might be quite tough, but it's much better. You'll have a better relationship with your baby if you just tell them the truth, because they already feel it. So they will pick up on the fact that you're lying to them, and it will further drive a wedge in your relationship to this baby. Trust the baby's hunches. I feel like there will be such a deep connection between you and your baby. Whether you are a man or a woman watching this, you will feel something, and then you'll look at your baby and the baby will look at you, and the baby has felt that as well. And it's almost like there will be a silent mutual understanding that if there is any sort of danger, if there is any sort of presentiment that something is coming up, if there is any sense of there was a presence that visited you, you and your baby are both going to be on the same page. So lying to your baby would mean lying to you, and I strongly indicate against this, because this is a really beautiful kind of baby you're going to have. Your baby is going to bring you together with a partner that embodies the characteristics of the King of Swords. So I feel that because your child is so intuitive and perceptive, because they are a wise soul, they want a father, or your partner will have this energy of a King of Swords, somebody that is incredibly good at mastering their thoughts, somebody that is very clever at choosing what they need to say in a specific situation in order to drive action forward. They could be great at delegating things. This will be a very busy father, a father that has a lot of interests. And I am saying father, but please take it as it applies, okay? I'm very drawn to the fact that we have a king energy here, so masculine energy. This is a lot about thinking first and then acting. Having lots of options in terms of many different avenues where action could be driven. Sorry, that sounds quite confusing, but the King of Swords is the Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius energy. They love to think about many potentialities, and they love to think of alternative ways of doing things, of approaching a situation before they actually do it. So they might take a bit of time before they act on something. Usually Swords energy can be a bit passive because it's a lot about the mind, right? So this will be a very intelligent, a very cultivated, a very elegant speaker. A person that controls their emotions very well, but uses their thoughts to their maximum capacity. This is a person that would enjoy sci-fi, they will enjoy innovations, technology, and they will teach your child how to use those things. This is a person that knows a lot about how the internet works, how gadgets work, you know, how apps work. This is a person that would be interested in how science drives forward society. They are fascinated by progress. They are interested in robotics potentially. They are fascinated about astronomy, could have an interest in the occult and astrology, but then they don't take it too seriously. They are much more driven by science, by the search for facts. So your partner is going to have these characteristics, and your baby will choose this kind of partner because your baby would want to use their intuition in combination with a lot of scientific knowledge gained from their father or masculine partner in your connection in order to bring about progress for mankind. And that doesn't mean that your child needs to be the next Nikola Tesla. It's not about that. It's about your child can even be just a member of a group that works on a specific research development. And because they will be so intuitive, but they will also have grown up in a family where you and your partner will have placed an emphasis on technology, on science, on experimenting, on having fun with exploring lots of many different ideas and options and choices, having lots of choices, you know. Your child is going to grow to combine all of these things and really genuinely contribute to society in a positive, gorgeous way. Your union with your partner is going to come about in a completely unexpected way. You might not even notice it. You might not even notice when your partner is arriving in your aura, when your partner is there. This could be either that you met your partner, this King of Swords, and you had a breakup, and then your child facilitates a reconciliation. I'm so drawn to this cup that emerges with these gorgeous daffodils or sunflowers out of the blue. It's going to be sudden, a sudden reconciliation. If you met this person and you had an argument, your baby's going to facilitate a reconciliation. And it's going to be sudden, and it's going to be fun, and it's going to feel as if it will involve a lot of back and forth communication, and it will feel as if you guys can take things lighter than before before you're able to do so in your connection. And your child is going to help you appreciate life. They will help you appreciate every little thing. They will help you be grateful for every little thing that is happening in your life. I'm so drawn to how the light at the moment is playing shadows on my face. I feel like your baby is gonna help you work through your shadow work. So don't worry if you're struggling at the moment to understand your shadow, and if you're struggling to kind of cope with the difficulties of working through your shadow. Your baby's gonna help you understand these. You might have moments when you're emotionally triggered. You might have moments when you might feel the need, because 4 is stability, cups is emotions. You might want to hold on to resentments, hold on to past hurts, but your baby's gonna help you purge them. Mostly because your baby is going to be very perceptive, and it's almost like they will know, they will kind of feel when you are heavy, when you can't let go, when you're holding on too tightly. And it's almost like, I feel like your child is gonna come and touch you, like put a hand on your shoulder or put a hand on your face, or ask to be cuddled, ask to be kissed, ask to be taken in your arms. And just through that simple thing, through the simple acts like these everyday little things, little requirements of love and affection and smiles and optimism, because I feel your baby is gonna give you a lot of optimism, you will be able to let go of those heavy feelings from the past. Okay? Let me just move the chair because the light is just, wow, it's always like this, guys, in my videos. The light follows me everywhere. And I'm super grateful for it. So it could be that there will be a lot of light following your child. I do feel that with a Neptunian or Jupiter influenced baby, this baby is capable of manifesting a lot of beautiful, positive, lucky things out of nowhere. So this will be a happy, lucky, optimistic, baby that is connected to the divine. And this is why they are so lucky and optimistic, because they feel spirit ever since they will be born into this world. I feel like even your pregnancy and when you'll give birth, as soon as the baby will come out of you, if you're a woman, I feel that it's gonna feel almost like under the rulership of Jupiter and Neptune, which activates immediately as you have the baby. It's like the whole room in which you will give birth to the baby is gonna be filled with a sense of peacefulness, like things belong, things gel. Almost like I feel the nurses and the doctors, or if you're gonna give birth at home, all of a sudden everything is gonna feel like peaceful, like a sense of relief, like you know, it has come. It arrived. I feel a couple of you will give birth in water. So if you're interested in these kind of, I feel those of you that have chosen this path are interested already in these kind of alternative Wicca, more natural ways of giving birth. You might want to just have that kind of a more grounded position where you're on your all fours rather than on the, rather than on a hospital bed, because apparently naturally it's been shown that when you give birth in your all fours, almost like an animal, that's more comfortable for your sphincter. So I feel like you might be attracted to these kind of ideas, right? Or you might give birth in water at home. So again, Neptunian, right? You will feel a sense of relief, like the water will calm after the struggle of giving birth, and your baby arrives. I feel like your baby will not cry initially very quickly, but when they do, it will sound melodious. I don't know. It's not gonna be like that really annoying, terrifying scream for life, right? It will feel like it's almost like fairies will be around your baby. I don't know. I get this feeling like with all these beautiful lights, it's like you will feel your baby's protected from day one. It's almost that as if you feel that they will protect you when you will have them inside of your body. Again, this applies mostly to women. And when you give birth to them, you will feel that that protection did not stop. And it's going to make you feel very relieved. I feel like you're not going to have a lot of difficulty raising this baby. The difficulty you will have is in understanding that your baby is very perceptive and very sensitive. So you have to be very careful about, as I said, not lying to the baby, not hiding things, protecting your child in a sense of protecting your child from your moods or from arguments between you and your partner. Arguments are bound to happen, because you're not going to be the same kind of person, You might have arguments from time to time, but it's really important to explain things to this child, to include the baby into the familial resolution, So if you have an argument, have a resolution afterwards. And this is a partner with whom you will have a lot of resolutions, reconciliations. You will talk things through. This is a man that talks to you. So again, take it as it applies. This could be if you're in a same-sex relationship, the partner that is a bit more masculine will like to talk to you, and you might be the main carrier of the baby or the birther, right? So I feel like with deep replenishment, right, your child is gonna feel incredibly soothing to you. Having this baby will feel like an accomplishment, but it's going to feel sweet. You are actually, I feel like some of you might be afraid of having babies, but the situation is going to gel together at a specific moment in time. I feel like you might meet your partner or you might get pregnant either during when the sun is in Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Or the situation might involve water. You might make love in a pool or in a jacuzzi or on a water bed next to a lake, at a lake house, at the beachside, at the seaside, on the beach. Someplace where you hear water, there is a flow of water. You might have drank a lot of water before. Water, hydration is super, super important. You're gonna hear water, you're gonna see water, you're gonna be around water, and it could happen either in March or February, June, July, or the end of October, November. So during the water sign ruled periods, that's when you make love and get pregnant. So I keep trying to think if there is anything I'm missing out. I feel like your child is going to have a lot of friends, of course. So if they're Jupiter ruled, and I'm saying Jupiter and Neptune ruled, but keep in mind that before the discovery of Neptune by modern day astronomers, Jupiter used to divide its co-rulership amongst the signs of Pisces and Sagittarius. So again, I feel like your child carries this ancestral pattern, but the influence is it's strongly similar because both Pisces and Sagittarius are flexible signs. They are very faithful. They love the truth. They love to create. They are very adventurous, and they're very emotional signs as well, in spite of the fact that Sagittarius loves to rationalize their emotions more than Pisces. Yeah. But this is gonna feel like raising this baby. You have nothing to worry about. It's gonna feel like a walk in the park. So don't get deterred by what other people are saying. Don't get afraid of what you hear from other women. Your situation is gonna be very, very different. And again, I am sorry about this, but I do feel like I'm speaking more to the large female collective in this reading. Okay, I do know that most of my crew members are females. Okay. But take it as it applies. If you're a man, at least you can see from the other side how the situation will be experienced. I'm trying to think if there's anything I'm missing out. Something about alcohol popped up as well. So I think that it's really, really important to keep in mind that if either you or your partner might engage in self-soothing or self-coping mechanisms that involve alcohol, there's no judgment here. You know, a lot of people do it. You know, I enjoy drinking wine as well, but it's not about that. It's more about keeping your child away from people that might generally have a very strong alcohol related issue, potentially maybe even grandma, grandpa, people in the environment. Maybe you raise the baby in a culture that uses alcohol to connect, you know, such as, you know, sometimes people that live in very harsh environments without sunlight use alcohol a lot to communicate with each other and to show their emotional expressions, right? So I think it's really important to keep in mind that your vibration will be lowered and your child's well-being will be lowered around situations that involve alcohol. So again, there is a lot about water. Water is the element here that rules your baby, that rules your relationship with the baby, and how you will come about into union with your romantic partner. So it's really important to think about the higher vibration of water, this cleansing, healing, deeply replenishing, nurturing, spiritual, sexually fertile, creative kind of vibe, you know, that you see in high functioning Scorpios, Cancers, or Pisces. But the lower vibration of the water element is alcohol, delusions, emotional messiness, hiding behind a world of illusions of grandeur, victim mentality, poor little me, you know, kind of behaviors. So this will be the lower vibration of this kind of water element. So I would say, as strongly as possible, try to encourage your child's imagination and accept them for the lovely little goofball that they will be. This is going to be a super intuitive, sensitive, creative, happy child. And they will, as they grow older, they will become even more intuitive. I feel like they will have a large following. They will have at least one friend that's going to be a Capricorn, and that it's going to give them some sort of emotional stability in their life. This is just such a beautiful, gorgeous energy. It's like very soothing. But just, I felt the need to warn you against the lower vibrations of this water element that I feel that is so strongly emphasized in your reading. So this could mean either you or your partner or the environment in which you raise your baby could have this potentially low vibing energy, water energy from time to time. So just something to keep in mind, but please don't let me detract you from the beauty of this reading. You are going to have a gorgeous little baby. I am drawn as well to the fact that I noticed it before, but I didn't want to say it. I kept it until the end. 4-4 is a really significant synchronicity. Your baby's going to help you build emotionally. I feel that maybe you're a kind of person that struggled a lot to find some sort of emotional sense of safety or a sense of emotional stability. Well, I'm here to let you know that the moment you will have a baby, the baby won't feel like a burden. It will feel like you belong. The baby will help you feel more stable, more emotionally grounded in the world, okay? And this is why I was talking about gratefulness and how you'll feel grateful, more grateful for just everyday simple little things when you have this baby. It's like you're getting a new lease of life. The baby will be so optimistic, it will help you see the world with more loving, kind, and optimistic eyes. So that's what I had for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. You're gonna have a gorgeous, gorgeous baby from the point of view of their energy. Beautiful. So if you enjoyed this reading, share, like, comment, subscribe. I'm always happy to hear from you guys. I send you so much love in the meantime, and I'll see you in my next cookie pick a card reading. Bye, my loves. Hey, group number 2, how are you, my loves? I'm so happy to have you here. Welcome. So, this is for those of you that were drawn to this colorful earring. It has 3 different stones. Okay, so let's uncover how your future child is going to bring about your union. If you skipped over the introduction, this reading is going to be about the characteristics of your future child, so how they are as a personality, how they might bring about your union, and any other additional messages regarding the atmosphere of your parenting and kind of the strategies or approaches you might need to take on with your child. This is based on the idea that children choose their parents and the moment they reincarnate. So it's very helpful to look at the personality of your child and how they would bring about this union that some of you might be looking to manifest. So you got the 7 of Cups. Let me see if I can focus it. Yeah, 7 of Cups. You have the card of emotions, and this is the Sun card in the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. The ever unfolding rose. I don't know why, but this card always brings a smile to my face. So, cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. The Queen of Cups. And the Hermit. Okay, so let's first understand how your baby is going to be like. Your baby, I feel, is ruled by Saturn. It will take a while for your baby to fully develop and grow into their powers fully. This is not going to be a baby that will be, from the initial moment, everything that they can be. Because they will be ruled by Saturn, and I do see it with these cards, but also with the Sun card, the emotions card. I'm so drawn to how these characters are a little bit weighted down. It's almost as if there is the heaviness of karma hanging over their head. And I feel this is the energy that your baby is going to come into the world with. Your baby could have Saturn on the ascendant, could be a Capricorn sun, moon in Capricorn, moon conjunct Saturn, or just Capricorn ascendant. Your baby will be highly intelligent. I feel like their birth chart, they will have maybe Virgo energy, Mercury in Virgo, some Gemini there. Your baby will be highly intelligent, but they will take a while to speak. So they might be slower at speaking than other children. It could be that you might be raising them in a bilingual or trilingual family. So you could be speaking more than one language. And it's a common known researched fact that babies that grew up in families that speak more than one language take longer than other babies to develop their speech patterns, yeah, because they have to integrate twice the vocabulary or 3 times the vocabulary as other children. But your baby will be a very careful speaker, a very careful thinker. This is a child that will take some time to understand what is the best approach that they can take. It's almost as if they want to be sure that whatever action they undertake, whatever word they say, whatever they think and kind of communicate this to other people is well thought out, because they don't want to make mistakes. Your baby is going to be super conscious and hyper aware of making mistakes. This is a child that you will need to encourage so much. So you need to just constantly let them know that they are loved and that they have nothing to be afraid of, because I fear Freudian lisp. I wanted to say, I feel that there will be a lot of fear surrounding your child. And I said, I fear. Yeah, so there you go. There you go. This is really interesting. It's almost as if it will take longer for your baby to develop, okay? But don't despair, because your baby is going to become an authority. That is the thing. You are raising a leader. This is going to be a child that, because of the fact that they're so careful, because of the fact that they're so dedicated and perseverant and aware of where they might make mistakes, aware of how other people perceive them, they will take the advice of other people very seriously. They will take themselves very seriously. This heaviness that will accompany them in their formative years is meant to help them pay attention to a lot of things that other children might not be paying attention to. So when this baby is gonna grow to become a young man or a young woman, they will be wise beyond their years. It's like other peers will come to them for advice, for the responsible thing to do. What is the moral course of action? Your baby is gonna be a sought out person. They will be extra good in their education. So you will get like a child that will come home with a lot of good grades, as long as you don't pressure them, as long as they don't feel the pressure that they have to succeed. They will succeed, mostly because this child already puts a lot of pressure on themselves naturally. So if you or your partner add on to that pressure, they will crack. Yeah. So all you need to do with this baby is encourage them, reconfirm you are loved, there's nothing to fear, you're doing your best, we're supporting you 100%, and your baby will thrive. Okay, because as I said, they come with this fear, they come with this pressure inside of them. When you will give birth to them, I feel like the atmosphere in the hospital room or in the home, if you're going to give birth at home, although I feel that unlike pile number one, you are much more the group of mothers that will want to give birth in a traditional institution, in a safe, secure space where you have all of the scientific and equipment necessary to help you undergo whatever issue might pop up during your pregnancy. I feel like a pregnancy is not going to be difficult, but it will take a while, okay? It will take a while from the moment your water breaks until you actually bring the baby, because it will be a lot about, again, effort, perseverance, breathing in, breathing out, and things are going to slowly, gradually reach the moment when the baby will be expelled from your body, right? And the moment when this baby is going to come into the hospital room, there will be an atmosphere of silence and gravity. It's like all of a sudden the pressure drops, like there will be a sense of, be very careful, let's keep everything very still and silent. Yeah. And everybody will be very careful that everything is incredibly clean, and that there is no noise, that there is no irritation, but there will be a sense of heaviness. Potentially the lights might go out, or there will be something around that issue of keep it silent, keep it solemn, keep it a little bit in the dark. You might need a lot of rest afterwards because of all that prolonged effort. So I feel that, as I said, there is this atmosphere of effort, but sustaining this effort is going to pay off, because I feel like your child is going to be such a like a rock, you know, like they are brought into this world to become a rock for other people, to lead other people, to have other people rely on them. And I feel like you will do the same. You will finally find a person in your life that is like stable, you know, it's there. It's like they're not going anywhere, they're your child, right? And I feel that it's really beautiful. I'm really enjoying this energy in spite of the fact that it is a little bit tricky to handle and to grasp. This is beautiful energy. So I feel that with your baby, slowly in time, almost as if this rose is opening up, you will gradually get to see the world in a completely different light. Again, the sun is following me. I've shifted my position earlier, but it's like try to escape, but the light is everywhere. Okay, so I feel that as well as you grow older, it's like your old age is gonna be something you look forward to, mostly because you're gonna be so excited about watching how your child grows better and better and better each year. So each year, your child is gonna get more achievements in terms of their education. They will get even prettier, they will get even more friends, they will get even more confident, you know. It's a sense of, in spite of how difficult initially their coming into the world felt, or how heavy it felt, you will enjoy the process of looking forward to seeing them develop, if that makes sense. Yeah, so it's like, rather than the opposite view that, you know, a baby is the best when they are small and cute and cuddly, and then as they grow older it's kind of, oh, they lose that adorableness, and you kind of long for that. With you, it's going to be the opposite effect. It's kind of like the curious case of Benjamin Button, you know. It's like the more your child is going to grow, the more relaxed, optimistic, confident, successful they're going to become, whether they're a woman or a man. It doesn't really matter. Gender is not applicable in this situation. It's about energy, right? So your child is gonna have this gorgeous energy. Now, your partner, and how is your child going to bring about your partnership? You are going to be together with a person that is solar. So this is a person that, with the Queen of Cups and the emotions here, the Queen is a feminine influence, so a little bit passive, yeah? But we have here emotions and the Queen of Cups. This is about somebody that is ultra emotional and sensitive. Somebody that is almost like has the soul, the sensitivity of an artist or a poet, and is so... they take everything to heart. This is gonna be an empath. You're gonna fall in love with an empath, really sensitive, sweet soul, potentially starseed, light worker. You are really going to enjoy your relationship with your partner. I feel that you are going to get pregnant during one of the fire signs rulership, so astrological rulership. This would be either during the months of March, April, so when Aries rules that period, or when Sagittarius rules that period around Christmas and before that in December, end of November, or around July, August when Leo rules that sign. And I do feel that. I feel like I can even see the act itself. This is so weird, but I feel like it's going to be like from a point of view of emotional nourishment, you will have an amazing experience of conceiving this baby, because I feel like it will be a highly emotionally charged and emotionally nourishing lovemaking act. It will take hours, okay? So you're gonna be at it for a while now. And I think that that's the thing. You're going to meet your partner. Your partner is very sensitive and emotional. You're gonna meet them around that period and conceive that baby around that period. So in those 3 months that I mentioned, when the sun will be in a fire sign, and you guys are gonna be like, you're gonna make love for hours. You know, it's gonna be that kind of thing and you're just gonna look deeply into each other's eyes. It's gonna be super emotional and emotional nourishing. And I feel that imprint is gonna translate therefore to your baby. That's why it's a story here about effort, perseverance, and kind of maintaining that feeling, holding on to those feelings, holding on to that experience, right? So I keep trying to move with the sun. Oh God. And I am filming at around 8 o'clock at night, guys. So yeah, interesting, right? Okay, so there will be this sense of, you know, as I'm trying to kind of move away from the sun, there will be a sense of emotional overwhelming feelings that are very passionate, but not expressed in a very dramatic way. Okay, this is not going to be, your relationship to your partner will be very full of emotions, but it won't be like passionate, dramatic, let's rip our clothes off. It will feel like that, but it will be expressed in a very kind of like intimate, behind closed doors. I don't want to share you with anyone. Let's keep this between ourselves kind of situation. And I feel like you guys might encounter some hiccups in your relationship, you know, some blockages before you guys meet each other. Or when you meet each other, I feel that potentially either you or your partner will have to make a choice because you will have other people in your connection. And eventually you'll choose each other, and it will be this really gorgeous process of getting to know one another, learning to trust each other. And then when you establish that secure, safe and stable trust, you guys are going to communicate primarily through actions and bodily communications. That's why lovemaking is going to be so important for you guys, because it's going to connect you. Okay, so I feel that this is kind of like this is not a mental, rational energy. This is more about practicality and feelings. So I feel that either you or your partner will be Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. And as I said, you will either meet your partner during when the sun is in a fire sign, so in Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo season, or you will have sex and conceive your baby during that season. Okay, so take it as it applies. And I feel that your journey to this person might involve some blockages, some time. When you come together, you will hold on to this relationship very strongly. You will feel like you're emotionally settled in this relationship because of the fact that you invested so much affection, time, thinking about this person. You developed a lot of inside jokes, a lot of like really beautiful you got to know each other, right? So you know how to, you created a lot of beautiful memories. That's what I wanted to say. Drifting there for a while. Yeah, you will have a feeling almost as if you're drifting, almost as if, I feel like I don't want to say anymore. You know, like I feel like talking is useless in this connection. It's a lot about doing. It's a lot about showing each other how you love each other in practical ways. So you will raise your baby in this atmosphere of not that much chatter. There won't be a lot of chit chat. There won't be like extravagant parties, but it will be an atmosphere of stability in your household. You will have the sense of seriousness. You will focus quite a lot on everyday tiny affairs, and the administration and the smooth running of, you know, how you purchase your food and how you take care of your health, and, you know, if your bills are all paid. You're going to be very focused on maintaining that stability in your connection, and your partner will be the same. So I feel like your partner, in spite of the fact that they're a very emotional person, very empathetic, they have great business instincts. They know things, you know, even before people tell them what they need. So they have they're very good at what they'll be very good at what they'll be doing. And I feel like this is something regarding business or having their own creative self-starter profession. Okay, so this is somebody that owns their own business, or if they work for a larger establishment, they're very good at what they're doing because of the fact that they have a greatly developed intuition and they perform very well with clients in their services. Okay, so this is going to be an emotionally nourishing partner as well. So I feel in this connection, and this might be the more progressive aspect of your connection, you could be the serious, strong, stable one, and your partner, and not so emotionally open, but your partner is going to be the nurturer. Yeah, so this is really, really interesting. I feel like your partner is going to be, if it's a dad, they're going to be like that dad that kisses and cuddles the child and takes care of their meals and washes the baby, puts them to sleep. And, you know, it's kind of like that kind of a nurturing masculinity kind of type, right? So this is definitely not that kind of guy that falls for that whole toxic masculinity crap, right? So that whole men have to be stoic, you know, men have to punch other men to show their masculinity. On the contrary, this is going to be a very developed masculine. Okay, so this is about kind of like, you know, the Swedish dad's prototype, you know, that whole they'd rather take care of the babies while the women take care of their well-being or of their business. So it's gonna feel like that. It's gonna feel like a non-traditional relationship and quite a progressive one, therefore. And I feel like, yeah, you guys are gonna raise the baby in quite a solemn, responsible atmosphere, but as I said, it will feel very, very stable. So I feel like in this energy, there is a lot about fire and earth, the elements that I see governing over your connection. And more predominantly, I do see here with the hermit, with this retreat from society to study, I see that this is more of an earth connection, okay? You guys are gonna love having your family life. You're gonna retreat from the harshness of society into the warm, sheltering bosom of your family life. I keep trying to move away from the sun again, guys. Oh, this is a bit annoying. I'm sorry about this. Okay, so I feel that, yeah, earth connections, yeah? The earth element is gonna govern over your baby's imprint. As I said, they will feel very Saturn ruled. But at the same time, I feel like your connection is gonna be one where you find a lot of stability, material stability, financial stability primarily. And this is gonna be reflected in your connection with your child, and how you'll have this sense of, how should I say, in spite of the fact that you might have non-traditional family roles with your partner, because your partner is this Queen of Cups energy, right? So they are a very kind, a very nurturing, a very maternal energy, even if they're a man. I feel that your home is gonna be an oasis of peace and tranquility, and you'll love to be with your family. You'll genuinely rush home to be with your family, you know? You're gonna enjoy this so much. I feel Christmas might be a really important holiday for you. You're gonna enjoy being together with your family during that period. I feel like your home is gonna have a lot of plants, a lot of really beautiful elements. You'll have a lot of books as well with the hermit energy. You'll love to retreat from society into the warm, sheltering space that you've created with your partner and your child. And your child is going to enjoy reading a lot as well. They could be a bit afraid of the dark. So again, you're going to have to train them that, you know, there's nothing mean hiding in the dark. Actually, the dark is quite colorful, and it's just, you know, daytime, but in a different color. You know, it's like, I'm sure you'll find really sweet strategies to try to help your child understand that the dark is necessary for life and is necessary for us to rest, okay, so that we can come out into the light again. This is gorgeous. I feel like a long, stable connection, longevity. The cranes in the background represent longevity. So this is all about, you'll have a very stable, long-lasting commitment with your partner. Your partner could be a Leo. I feel very strongly this Leo energy, because it's kind of like committed to the family, loyal to the family, but at the same time living from the heart and being very warm and being very like nurturing somehow, you know. And I feel that your child is going to learn about how to not be afraid, because as I said at the beginning, your child will come into this world with a strong fear imprint, potentially bringing things back from a past life, but they'll learn from your partner, from their father, how to be brave, how to be like a lion's heart, right? The bravest in the pack, how to defend the family, how to be loyal and faithful to core values and core ideas. So even if your family might not look very traditional, there would be an attachment to traditional ideas in life, such as loving nature, loving kindness, creating a strong and stable family unit where you can retreat and replenish yourself from the harshness of society. So this is what I had for you, pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed this. Sorry about my weird movements with the sun. I was trying to work with around this energy, but the sun is going to be very present in your connection. Your partner, as I said, will be under this imprint. And even though your child might be ruled by Saturn, there will be this sense of effort. You will have a fantastic, you'll raise a fantastic person, and this person is going to give so much to you, especially as you grow older, okay? So there's nothing to fear here. It's just a lot of beauty and like commitment and responsibility. So I hope this helped, giving you some hints as to, you know, how the whole process will be like. I tried to cover as much ground as possible. If you enjoyed this reading, then please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm always happy to hear from you guys. So I hope this inspired you, and hope to see you again in my next one. Bye. Hey group 3, welcome to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you for tuning in. So, are you as excited as I am to find out how your future child is going to influence your romantic union? Let's find out. So this is for those of you that were drawn to this very Bauhaus inspired ring, I think. Sorry, it took me a while to kind of figure out which epoch should I go for. Art Deco? Bauhaus? Yeah. Anyway, you're not here for an art lesson, you are here for your reading. So let's find out what cards you have. We have the Queen of Wands. I'm gonna try to get it to focus a bit, yeah. Oh, you have the Three of Pentacles. This is the god Pan. Then you have the Ace of Cups. The Seven of Pentacles. And Anna, grandmother of Jesus. This is all about seeding the light, laying foundations, a divine plan. I'm getting such an uplifted energy. It's kind of like wind on my face. This is air energy, okay? This is very much about a connection to the divine through the realm of thoughts. So the crown chakra is going to be heavily stimulated in your relationship with your child. I feel like you will get unexpectedly pregnant, and it will be a very happy surprise, okay? What am I getting with this energy? It's a little bit kind of like Uranian as well. So yeah, the realm of heavens, concentrated air energy. This is a lot about your baby coming into the world completely unexpectedly. But even though you might be afraid of becoming a parent, you will be very happy once you have the baby. The road towards you getting the baby, so your pregnancy, might feel a little bit turbulent, so a little bit up and down, emotional roller coasters, physical symptoms that come at you unexpectedly. There is a strong element of the unexpected with your pile, okay? So I feel that with the Queen of Wands here, you are required to have a lot of faith and confidence and trust that what is happening for a very good reason. It is a divine plan. Let's see the characteristics of your child. Ooh, your child is gonna be like, you know, they're gonna be very stubborn. They're gonna feel, first of all, I'm seeing a Venusian child. So this is a baby that when they come into the world, they could have Venus and Mars in the same place. So a Venus-Mars conjunction. Ultra attractive individual, magnetically drawing people in. Your baby, from the moment that you will give birth to them, will bring this atmosphere of dynamism but beauty at the same time. This will be a baby that will be quite stubborn and quite combative, but at the same time they will be so charismatic and charming. You will find it very hard to say no to them, okay? So that's going to be the struggle. The struggle is going to be your child might throw a lot of tantrums and you'll find it very hard to resist and say no to them. So yeah, as I see here with the Queen of Wands, the dragon that is emerging out of her dress and kind of spewing fire at this little person, your child is going to be so gorgeous and so strong and charismatic, you will be overwhelmed, overpowered by them. This could be a child as well that has Pluto on the ascendant, okay? So I feel that the moment you will give birth to them, as I said with the other piles, either in a hospital ward or at home, depending on what kind of approach to birth you want to take, your child is going to make everyone around you. I feel like you will have a doula, so you might be part of the more alternative group of child bearers. So you might want to give birth in a completely different way than traditionally in the hospital in that chair or hospital bed. I feel that everybody's gonna feel really tense all of a sudden. There will be a lot of people around you when you give birth. There will be screams, very, very loud screams, but at the same time, there's an energy, again, Mars and Venus, that's what I'm getting. So there is an energy of a lot of joy and a lot of tension, a lot of screams and kind of like almost like loud violence, right? But at the same time, excitement and happiness. So I'm getting kind of this energy with you guys. So yeah, your baby, the moment when they will arrive, it's gonna be like, whoa, yay. So there will be like an outpouring of happiness. And there might be, because of the tension, because of the fact that there will be a lot of people around you, there might be some irritation, as well. Lots of movement, frenetic activity, but at the same time, this sense of congratulations, victory, achievement, pride. You will feel proud. What is happening? You will feel proud and you will feel a lot of pride. See, so exactly as I was taken aback by this weird grammatical nonsense, I feel like this is what's going to happen to you. You will feel in this connection with your child, like some days, yeah, I have it all under control. I know exactly who I'm dealing with. I know exactly what my baby likes. I know what I'm going to do. And the next day you're going to feel like, I don't understand anything. How is this possible? Yesterday I was doing something and it was working, and today it's like, So this baby is going to help you go through fantastic, in a learning curve, through fantastic shifts of awareness that will happen spontaneously. Boom, 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 boom. You will find out a lot about yourself, a lot about your connection to your partner, a lot about what you're capable of with the help of this baby. This baby is going to help you grow, but it will feel a little bit destabilizing. So it's not going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to be quite fun, spontaneous, full of surprises, but it will feel a little bit destabilizing, okay? So I think if you're an air sign and if you chose this pile, you're going to be so happy because you will never be bored in this connection with your baby, okay? From the moment you conceive this baby, the energy is already there. As I said, your pregnancy will be up and down, but there's nothing to worry about. You will carry the baby safely to term. When the baby's going to be born as well, there are going to be a lot of people around you, a lot of tension. But as the baby kind of emerges out of you and you start the process of getting to know the baby, accommodating to the baby's needs, it will feel like a fun ride in the park. Every day you'll have something new to do. This baby's going to stimulate you so much. And I feel like you're gonna learn so much with this child, right? So for those of you that are watching this and are water or earth signs, you might feel like, oh God, what am I signing up for? But fire signs and air signs, I think they'll be super happy to hear that you will never be bored in this connection with your baby, okay? You're not gonna have a boring baby. On the contrary, the whole thing is gonna be, how do you establish control? Because as I said, you will feel like you gain control in some days, and then other days it will be like out the window. A new approach needs to be taken into account. So I think the best strategy would be to just relinquish control. You don't need to control anything. There is a divine plan. Your baby is going to be very loved and very loving. They will have this issue with being incredibly stubborn and wanting to get their way, and if not, they're going to throw massive tantrums. So prepare for that. But it's a slow work in progress. You will have all the resources at hand when this baby comes into the world to be able to handle the connection with this child. So don't be afraid. You will know what to do. You just need to follow your intuition. And you also need to be very good at setting boundaries with this baby, okay? Boundary setting will really make your day, okay? So again, about control and boundary setting. Some of you might have Capricorn influences, North Node in Capricorn, Saturn in Capricorn, Capricorn on the ascendant. You're already kind of tested by life through these patient moments where you have to set appropriate, clear boundaries in order to be successful. So you're going to be applying this in your connection to your child, okay? If your child is a girl or boy, I don't see the gender here. It doesn't matter. I'm just reading energy. But I feel like they will be a heartbreaker when they grow up, and especially in their teens. You're gonna have a handful. There will be so many people wanting them, okay? It's going to be like, especially if they have a Mars conjunct Venus, oof, that kind of an individual, hot, okay? So it's like they will be super popular. They might even win competitions in school, like beauty queen or beauty king, or I don't know, prom leader, depending on the culture in which you're raised. Your baby could also win a beauty pageant. You know, I'm getting kind of like Gal Gadot vibes, you know, like she wants a beauty pageants as well because she was so gorgeous. So it's kind of like this kind of like woo, you know, that's kind of the energy that I see here. So I feel that in this connection, the struggle will be to generally relinquish the control, but set appropriate boundaries, both in how you raise your baby, but also make your baby be aware of the fact that they have this magnetic power on other people. So they need to be very careful who they allow into their inner circle. Yeah. So teaching them adequate self-protection strategies will be super important in your connection with your child, because they will be ultra charismatic. I don't know if you see, but even like pets and like children are gonna be drawn to them, and it's just sweet squirrel, right? So they might have this frenetic energy, like they might want to do a lot of things. They might want to go and explore and travel, and you're gonna have to kind of like rein them in a little bit, okay? Not kill their enthusiasm, because they're gonna resent you for that, but rein them in a little bit. Your baby is going to choose a person that will fall head over heels at first sight with you. So I feel like your child and how beautiful they will be and how magnetic they will be is the energetic imprint of how you will meet your partner. It will be love at first sight, okay? And I feel like you will fall in love either during Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius season, or you will conceive your baby either during Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius season. I'm more drawn to this card for giving me indication as to the divine plan, right? When the baby is going to be conceived. So that would be somewhere around May, June, or September, October, or January, February. That's when you will have sex with your partner and you'll conceive the baby. How will this union be brought about? I feel like this is going to be through some sort of connection, familial connection. Somebody's going to put you into contact with somebody. This could be an arranged date, or you meet this person through a third party. Somebody's gonna like completely pester you. It's like, oh, you've been single for so long. Oh my God, you need to give love another chance. Or you will have exited a painful breakup, you know, a painful situation, and separation, or an ex-marriage, or just at the end of a long-term committed relationship. And you're like, I'm done with love. I'm done with life. And then either your friends, either your sibling, either your parents, your relatives, your neighbors are gonna facilitate, or your co-workers, they're gonna facilitate you getting in touch with this person. And I feel like this person, the moment they will see you, like they will fall in love with you. Like they could even just receive a photo of you and they're like, oh my God, this is my person, you know? I feel there's something about the eyes. They're gonna love your eyes, okay? So I feel that they'll have this very beautiful initial attraction to your eyes. And I feel that your partner could be, I'm getting Sagittarius, I'm getting Leo, and I'm getting Aries. Yeah, I think so. They could have curly hair. That would be a distinctive characteristic. Or they could be a Venus, Taurus, or Capricorn, but I'm getting more fire sign energy, okay? It doesn't matter their astrological signs. I mean, love is love, right? I am just here to let you know that I will be love at first sight, both for you and for him. I am using him, but take it as it applies, okay, guys? So I am aware that the vast majority of you are women out there. So I feel that you will feel that this person is very athletic and capable. I have this feeling that you will really appreciate their arms. Like, I don't know, they will have like very veiny arms. Like, it's kind of like you feel like this is a person that is not only able to pick me up and hold me, but this person could also pick up and hold my babies. This person is kind of like a lumberjack type, you know. Without bringing them any disrespect. It's a lot about they're very physical. They love to do a lot of things like DIY kind of energy, while also looking quite youthful. So they will have a youthful spirit about them, but they are very focused on practical things, like they want to build a shed or cut a tree, or they might build a cradle for the baby, you know, out of wood, or they're into carpentry, you know, they're into carving, they're into miniature model sets, you know, that they spend a lot of time painstakingly creating them. So yeah, this will be a very kind of like they might feel a little bit boring sometimes, because you know they would love to spend time, hours, you know, working on their hobbies, but they will be very attentive to you. So they will always be there if you call them, if you contact them. This is kind of like a, I don't know, but I'm getting kind of like a fire and earth combo. Yeah, so they have this stability that is brought about from the earth elements. So kind of like the centerness, the material practicality of Taurus and Virgo and Capricorn, but they also have this kind of like childlike, youthful spirit and kind of passion for life and zest for fun that Sagittarius, Aries, or Leos would have. And I feel like your partner is going to love being around the baby. I feel like from the moment your baby is born, your partner is going to love how active they are, how confident they are, how charismatic they are. And that's why it's going to be more of an issue for you to set appropriate boundaries, because your partner is going to spoil your child rotten. Okay, this is kind of like that kind of vibe I'm getting. Like if your partner is a man and he becomes a father, it's like, oh, you're the apple of my eye, you know, like they won't be able to say no to your child. Okay, so again, this might add some tensions in being careful not to raise a highly spoiled baby, but I feel like in spite of whatever tensions you might have with your child, eventually, you know, there will be this, again, Mars and Venus, right? So there will be, any tension will be relieved by hugging, you know, or a kiss on the cheek, or a realization of the fact that, yeah, we're arguing all the time, you know, we're passionate and crazy, but I love you. You know, something like that. So I feel like it's gonna be this whoop 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 energy in your life. With the onset of you falling in love at first sight. That's gonna be a surprise as well, especially because you're coming out of a situation that kind of took your love and your trust and love away from you. And then it will actually flourish into this gorgeous, even though a bit erratic, spontaneous relationship that you have with your baby. Wow, I'm already kind of like, woof. I can feel the energy, and just tuning into it kind of feels like woof, woof, woof. So yeah, but that's only because I'm a much more empathetic person, and dealing with Uranian energy kind of tends to drain me a little bit. But I do feel that with you, even if you're an empathetic person, I don't know, I feel like this is something that you is required in your soul path. So you might have a North Node in Aquarius, or you might have Uranus on your North Node. So it's like your soul wants to learn how it is to let the control go, how it is to just be surprised and have these moments of maybe tension that lead to conflict resolution, that lead to more harmony, that lead to you understanding the other person better and knowing where they're coming from. And your baby's gonna be quintessential in your soul's development and in learning all these beautiful lessons. I feel like you will definitely see the rewards of all this hard work of boundary setting flourish. I feel like your child is gonna grow to be very attractive. They will marry and settle down with somebody that they know for a very long time. I feel that potentially you could be also quintessential in helping them nurture a relationship from childhood with their best friend or best buddy, and they'll actually end up marrying that person, and they will have a very large family. So I feel like it's growing. From the moment you meet your partner, you fall in love, you never thought that that would be happening. Then you get pregnant spontaneously, you never thought that that would happen. Then you have a baby, and your baby is gonna widen your social circle just through the fact that they are so amazing. And then they will marry and have other children as well. So it's kind of like you're gonna be a very prosperous grandma. You know, prosperous from a soul and emotional level, not only from a financial and material level. Okay, so many things to look forward to. And if you are in a slump at the moment in your life, just so you know, the divine plan is hatching. Okay, there are things you don't know that are happening behind the veil. Energies, people are being brought together in your life, and you are going to be thrilled when this is going to happen. I just feel it. Like, you won't believe it. Like, you will live in your life from the moment you meet your partner, and you'll just be like, I can't believe this is my life. You know, you wake up every morning and you'll have your partner by your side, your baby's friends, you know, and then as you grow older, your social circle will increase, and you'll feel like, I can't believe this is my life. Oh my God. Because maybe you felt quite isolated or alone for a long period of time, and now I just feel like, boom, you know, this Ace of Cups grows to the Three of Pentacles, grows to the Seven of Pentacles. So if one initial emotional spark grows into something more material and stable, and grows into this Queen of Wands. Okay, so you'll feel confident, you'll feel creative, you'll feel like the king of the castle, like a witch, like a shaman, like, wow, I was able to manifest all of these things. I can't believe it, you know. I feel like, yeah, you won't believe your life. Honestly, you won't believe your life. And it's there will be so much optimism and so much light entering into your journey, you know. So if you're struggling at the moment, get ready. Okay, I kind of encourage you to get rest because a lot of this beautiful energy is gonna feel a little bit overwhelming, to say the least, you know, at the beginning. But then as you're gradually getting into it and you realize my life has changed, I won't be able to go back to who I was before, then you're gonna get into it and you're gonna really enjoy it. I mean, none of these cards are negative. It's just a lot of energy, a lot of things happening all of a sudden. Okay, so get some rest. This period of pause was necessary in order for the divine to arrange all of the characters that will soon enter your life, if not already. And wow, I feel that you won't believe your life. You'll look back and generally think, is this my life? Is this real life? You know? So I'm super happy to be bringing you this message. This is what I had for you, pile number 3 or group number 3. You're not a pile, you're a group. Okay, so I hope you enjoy this. This was, wow, so spontaneous, so beautiful. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you in my next pick a card reading. I have lots more cookie pick a card readings coming your way. Some of them with some really fun and kind of wacky titles. Bye. Send you so much love. Mwah.